Hey guys, Ollie here. I wanted to do a sort of Q&A video answering one of the main questions which you guys ask me all the time on Twitter and Instagram, and that's how I became a designer and how I started my business. So I think the best place to start is when I finished school. I was working out what I want to do in university, working out what kind of job I want to get into, what I want to do for a living basically. I chose to do business and accountancy. It was kind of the main thing I had going for me. I was interested in business, and I was good with numbers, so I thought, okay, let's mix both of them together and do business and accountancy. When I started college, that was also the time the HTC Desire came out, and the HTC Desire was my first smartphone. When I got the HTC Desire, I started modifying it, I started routing it, started doing anything and everything you can to kind of make an Android phone better. Android was very early in its days then, it was still pretty ugly looking. So I kind of wanted to theme my phone and make it my own. And that was also why I started Ultralinks. The HTC Desire was the reason I started Ultralinks. It was kind of where I wanted to share my customizations, wanted to share my wallpapers, my icons that I made and stuff like that. Amazingly, other people were also interested in it. I started getting a few thousand visitors a month. And I was doing Ultralinks on the side whilst I was also doing college. So both of them were kind of working together. Once I finished college, I thought, oh okay, Ultralinks is getting like hundreds of thousands of visitors now. Maybe I should start doing it full time. When I told my parents that, they didn't take it too well. They kind of thought I was crazy. They was thinking, you've got enough qualifications to go to university. Why don't you do accountancy? Why don't you do something? Just get a degree. But I told them, okay, let me just try it out for a year. Let's see how it goes for a year. And if it doesn't go well, then I go to university. If it does do well, then obviously I'll just do it full time. And I was fortunate enough for Ultralinks to keep growing, become my full-time job within a year, within a few months. And that was also when I started learning how to design and code. One of the main reasons I learned how to design and code was because I wanted to design the stuff for my HTC Desire, such as the icons and the wallpapers and things like that. But I also wanted to be able to modify the blog, and I needed to know HTML and CSS to modify the blog, to make it look how I want it and to give the style that I wanted to give it. And from there, for the next 2 years, I was kind of just working on the blog, designing, developing my skills and doing all sorts of stuff and taking on client work, building my kind of portfolio, you could say, of products and design and stuff I've made. And it just kept growing, and I started doing more and more client work. I started a themes business. The themes business did really well because of Ultralinks. I was able to channel people from Ultralinks to the themes business and make money like that. It helped me get my name out there. Drupal was also a really good place for me to kind of share my design work, for other clients to find me as well, clients who I might not already know. I get a lot of client work through Drupal now actually. It's an amazing site for getting client work and sharing the stuff that you make and experiment with. And that's kind of where my design career started, because of Ultralinks, because I kind of just fell into it. It wasn't even planned, it wasn't something I was actually searching for. I kind of was just like navigating my way through and thinking, oh yeah, I enjoy this, oh yeah, I enjoy that, let's do that. Fortunately enough, business was doing well. I've been able to now have my own office. I have 2 full-time employees for my company. We're all now working together trying to build a business. So I'm not sure what the future holds yet. I'm an entrepreneur at heart, so I'm always experimenting with different ideas, with different businesses and seeing what I can come up with. I think ideally right now I'd love to be able to sell a product or sell a service. I'm doing that currently with Link Supply, where we have various products and stuff, and Link Supply is doing quite well. We only started it in November last year, in November 2015 or September 2015, and it's been doing quite well and it's growing quite steadily, and I'm hoping Link Supply will be one of my main money generators. So now I think it'll be great for me to answer some of the questions that you guys have asked me on Instagram. So Vladimir Marinkovic asked, what are my goals in the next few years business-wise? I think my main goal is just to grow Ultralinks, build my client list and build Link Supply, especially build Link Supply, because I know Link Supply, hopefully if it keeps going, it'll be a good money generator for me. So Tobias Anderson asked, what do I have for education? So I just learned business and accountancy, as I mentioned earlier. My design and coding skills were all just learned by myself through the computer at home. So Varun Joshi asked, what are your favourite TV shows? Suits is by far probably my favourite TV show right now. It's such an emotional roller coaster watching that TV series, but I love it. I think it's a brilliant TV show. I think Jessica Jones is really good. Breaking Bad was obviously amazing. Prison Break, you know, pretty standard ones really. So Niels Bosman, I think that's what your name is, asked me what's my favourite code editor. My favourite code editor is Sublime Text. Pratik Mundal, I think that's how you say your name, asked how to be a successful blogger. That's a really difficult question to answer because I don't even blog anymore really. I think it's just making content that you'd want to read yourself. You know, always make content that you'd read yourself. John Wong, or John, yeah, John, I think it's, so John Wong asked 13-inch MacBook Pro or 15-inch MacBook Pro. Personally, I like the size of the 13-inch MacBook Pro. James Dowan asked, what do I do more of, design or code? I definitely do design a lot more. Lachlan Kincaid asked, any tips for starting out as a freelancer and how would you market yourself as a freelancer? I think it's just making really cool stuff. Just make whatever you can, even if it's your own personal products and personal things, make whatever you can and share it. Share it on websites like Behance, on Drupal. That's the best way to get your name out and get people noticing your work. Alright guys, that's the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed the video and subscribe to see more.